time for On the Move Monday quite yet, but we are on the move. So Little Bean Learning has taken its mission and gone outside of its regular community. Normally we serve homeschool families, virtual learners, but guess what? We are now working with some in-person friends. So Mrs. Wells has volunteered for the Literacy Coalition in Gary, Indiana, and today I am on the move, headed to the Gary Career Center to go and read with some second grade students. And I'm going to be going inside. I will not film inside of their school because that's their special place, that's their privacy. And I'm going to be reading Mo Williams books. They seemed to really enjoy Mo Williams last week when I was here. And today I'm going to read My Friend is Sad. And we'll talk a little bit about Our Feelings by Mo Williams. There we go. And then after that, I thought it might be fun for them to retell a story using some of the different characters. If you're not familiar with Mo Williams books, Gerald is the elephant, and then Piggy is the pig. So I have these build a story cards that we will color, and we will cut them out, and then they can retell the story. Now, the beautiful thing that I think sometimes we forget when we think about reading is that reading is not always just looking at words, and saying what the word is. But reading is also retelling a story. Can you retell a story? And that's what we'll practice today. So that should be fun. And then they will be able to take these home and maybe retell the story to their family, brother, sister, mother, father, etc. So the students are housed right now at the Gary Career Center because of a tornado that happened in Indiana, and their school actually had some damage. So I'm excited to take you along with me on this journey to Gary, Indiana. And we will be on the move later, but right now we're going to do some reading. We're going to close those gaps and help some children reach their full potential, which I know they can. See you soon. And I am all done reading with my little friends this morning. We had a great time making our Piggy and Gerald storytelling cards, and they each got a chance to actually tell me their story as well. They did some coloring, some cutting, some storytelling. It was great, and I received lots of hugs, and that is probably the most rewarding part. And everybody said, "Are you coming back tomorrow?" I wish I could volunteer every day. But it is great to be able to get out in the community and do this work, the work that needs to be done, closing that gap in literacy, and also just spreading some love, some joy, some happiness into their lives. We spent some time talking about our feelings because the story we read, if you remember, is My Friend is Sad, and Gerald was sad in the story. And he was sad because he did not think that Piggy was there when he saw all of these cool things, like a cowboy, a clown, a robot. But in fact, Piggy was the person dressed up. And we talked about, what do we do when we feel sad? How do we handle our feelings? Who do we like to talk to when we feel sad? And some of the kids said they like to play outside with their friends when they feel sad. And then one child said they like to just take a nap when they feel sad so that the sadness will go away. And it really makes you think, as an adult, how do we teach children to handle feeling sad? Because it's a normal feeling. We all feel sad sometimes. There's things in life that just happen and we feel sad. And that's okay. But what do we do? Who do we talk to? And also, I think it's important to give them the tool that we can talk to people when we feel sad. You don't have to be by yourself. You can talk to someone that you feel safe with. So that was my experience today, but it was great, and I look forward to coming back again and sharing some more stories, getting some more hugs. Really great energy from the students. Support your local schools. Support teachers. Teachers really do appreciate the support. Let me tell you, they really do. All right, see you soon later for On the Move Monday. Today we are in Gary, Indiana at the home of the king of pop, Michael Jackson.
Sweet, I'm so tired. Every dog must have his day. Sweet, I'm so tired. Sweet, I'm so tired. You treat me this way. I'm sick and then I'm sweet, I'm so tired. Sweet, I'm so tired. You treat me this way. And from you treat me this way.
Well, and we are at Lake Etta enjoying the scenery, playing at the park, like I said before, and it is absolutely beautiful here. You would not actually think that this is in the middle of a big city, but it is. So I hope to come back again as the weather continues to warm up. But you know, it's always cold here near Chicago. Say we're at the park. All right. We are enjoying the park. Come on down. Where's Jacob? Are you coming down the slide? Whee! Yay! It is the end of Monday. Boy, today was a busy day. If you watched the entire vlog, you see I started my day at the Gary Career Center reading, a part of the Literacy Coalition, closing that gap and inspiring youth to read, which was a lot of fun today. And then my day continued with On the Move On the Move Monday, and we had a really nice time. Now, I will say the weather was cold. We were thinking, you know, April, it should be warm. The kids can run and play. They can, but we had to bundle up almost like it was November. um, and they loved seeing Michael Jackson's house. They were almost mesmerized by the locks that people bring and put on the gate. That was something new to me, and I had never seen that before. But I guess it was a symbol of like love for his music, his fashion style, and were probably hundreds of locks hanging on the gate. So I thought that was really neat as well. Then also, directly behind his childhood home, there was a school called Roosevelt High School, which we learned also today that was a high school that was built for the African American population there in Gary. And unfortunately, the school closed in 2017, I believe. And it is a huge school. I mean, it looks like it was once a beautiful building. Great big football field, stadium. Just the building itself was beautiful, the architecture. So we also took a peek at that. We did not go inside or on the property, but if we just walked right around the corner on 23rd Street, we were able to stand right there and see the entire school. So that was interesting as well. And then we moved on over to Lake Etta, and I highly recommend checking out Lake Etta. There's even a beach there. I did not know know that at all. I was amazed by how beautiful it was, and just that no one was there taking advantage of the beauty that was right there in the middle of the city. I kept thinking about that, like, there's nobody here. So it was just little bean learners, and we had the park to ourselves. We walked around. We went by the beach part. We went by the lake. We looked at the ducks, the geese. The kids played, and then we got cold, and we decided to race on back to the cars and call it a day. But it was a great Monday so far. So now it's probably like maybe like 9:30, and my children are asleep. I've done all the house stuff. The kitchen is clean. The toys are put away. All of that kind of stuff. So what time is it now? It's work time. So I'm really excited because this week one of my first students. I'm going to say actually they are my first student. My first student ever. I started working with them when they were two and a half, believe it or not. And next week they will be on spring break and we get to spend some time together. So, something else that is really cool about Little Bean Learning is that if there's something that a child is interested in, I can actually customize a class for them. And I do all the research, the studying, and come up with the activities, and then present it to them. So this class will be 30 minutes long, and this family has chosen to meet with me 3 times next week. And their child is really interested in the digestive system and veterinary medicine. Now, of course, that's not my specialty. So I have spent some time preparing, and I'm going to spend a little bit more time preparing. And we're going to talk about some really cool things together this week. But it's great to see them because they do go to traditional brick and mortar school, so I don't get to see them virtually like I used to when they were younger. So this is exciting. We actually got to meet in person. We met virtually and then started working together for years, but last year was our first time meeting in person after spending 4 years virtually together, and it was wonderful. I really say it was a really great experience, like a new extension to my family. So I'm going to do a little bit of work. Got my water. Did you drink your water today? And I'm going to learn a little bit more about animals' digestive systems because I thought about it. We've already done this before with the student. We talked about the human digestive system and we learned about how all of that works. We did a really cool project with a pantyhose, and that was really fun. But since they're interested in possibly becoming a vet, I thought it'd be cool to learn about a couple of different animals and their digestive systems and, and see how they work and talk about foods that maybe are not safe for animals that we sometimes feed them and how that can obstruct their digestive system. But that's something else that we do. We volunteer, we're in the community, we're nature based. We're outside. We bundle up. It was fun to see everybody adding their extra layers today, looking for extra sweaters. But that's what we do. And then we move. We stay going. As you can see from our vlogs and our reels, we're always doing something. And I think that's important. The children are learning so much just by doing that, by moving. How cool is it today? They got to actually see where the king of pop was born, where he lived, where his family was. And they learned about him during the month of February. So they were out there doing dance moves. And they were like, "Is he coming out?" I'm like, "No." So then we talked about that he is not with us anymore. And they were like, "Oh, okay." So that I believe they understood slightly, but it might be another conversation that we have. But they thought it was so cool to see his house. They also thought that his house was cute because it was tiny. Now I'm not sure if that's how his family felt growing up with all of the children and the people that live there. If they thought it was cute, but it goes to show that we have resilience, and probably they were probably so creative with their storage and organization. We probably all could learn a thing or two from them. And I hope that you have had a wonderful Monday and that you were on the move. You got some fresh air. Don't forget to get your fresh air and you drank some of your water. And if you're up, if you're an entrepreneur, a parent, just somebody that has work to do at night, I understand. You are not alone. There are several of us that are up sitting at our desk or sitting on the couch with our computers getting ready to do some work. But have a wonderful rest of your Monday, and I will see you in the next vlog.